I just wanted to record this video as I've recently had an issue. I'm working on a couple of blogs showing you how to install Grafana onto a Raspberry Pi Zero, and I installed that, had some issues, and to be blunt, it screwed up my InfluxDB. For some reason I couldn't open up port 8086, and it was quicker for me to start again. But rather than start again, I think it makes sense that I show you how to back this image up. So you can get to a point, it's almost like backing your whole drive up on your PC. So if you just remember how we created the image, we downloaded this bullseye image, which is almost like a blank PC. It hasn't got Node-RED, it hasn't got InfluxDB, it hasn't got my nodes installed, hasn't got my project settings and everything, which we've done in previous videos. What I've had to do is go back to this and put all that on again. So once bitten, twice shy. But this is what we're going to try and generate, this file here. Now, if you remember, we were using PyImager, and I'm not too sure there's a utility on here to save your current image or create an image from your current SD card. So there is a tool to do that, and it's called Win32 Disk Imager. Right? Now again, you need admin rights to run this, so just be wary of that. On my PC, I have taken out the SD card from my Raspberry Pi Zero, and I have inserted it into my PC. And I want to create an image from a D drive. So just before I click on read, which will read the device image to the file, which I just need to make a mental note of where that file actually is. So it's going to be in my downloads, so I'll just change that to my desktop. Okay, so it's going to create that image file. You can use this to do the other way around, by the way. So if you didn't want to use the Raspberry Pi Imager, you could get this image, find it in here. Once it's loaded the image up, then you get the option to generate. But we're doing it the other way around. So let's do a read, and this can take a while because it will be reading blank data of 32 gig. So let it do what it needs to do. You can see here the speed that it's doing it, but it's got to do that for my 32 gig SD card. So leave it going in the background, and then when it's complete, hopefully you should have a file ready to go that you can always use to restore to this operating point. So what I'll do again is, once I've got Grafana installed and that's working, I'm happy with it, I'll back that image up as well. Just a mental note, you can see here it's finished the image creation, but when I first had it, it didn't have the picture of that disk because it didn't know what the file type was. I forgot to put .image at the end, okay, as the identifier. So just remember to do that, and there we have my image now. So I have a backup of my SD card. So if it all goes wrong again, I can now find this. It should be on my desktop. There's my image. Open that, and then I have the option to write. So I can write that image to a blank. It needs to be a blank SD card. So just to show you another tool that's quite useful, because formatting this SD card when you've got different root directories put in it can be a little bit tricky. Sorry, the screen is getting a little bit busy, but you can see this utility here called SD card formatter. So don't rely on your standard Windows formatting procedure to do this. Look for your D boot. Yeah, you can see it's put a partition in there for E, but this doesn't really matter. It sees it, and it will format the complete card. Yeah, and it's worth doing that before you need to write a card. So if you think your card's corrupt, use the formatter first to get it blank, come to here, this process here, you Win32, load your image with the SD card still plugged into your PC, click right, and there we have. So it's like a recovery point that we have generated for our Raspberry Pi. So please, it's a good practice to get into. Start doing that, because as I just said, you're going to make mistakes at some point and you'll be kicking yourself that you haven't got this image. So I hope that was useful. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to click on the notification bell because there's quite a few videos coming out. But thanks for your time and hope to see you soon.